guys, welcome to the review of Brustro metallic brush pens. So I decided to review the brush pens that I have used over time during my calligraphy journey, and the reason I wanted to do this is to help calligraphy beginners in deciding which pens to use for their practice, because when we are in the beginning phase or the early stage of calligraphy, it's one big question mark for us that which pens to use, because there are n number of options available, and it's generally difficult to decide which pens because we are not familiar with the very nitty-gritties of this calligraphy art, and it's very difficult then to decide which pens are good and which pens are not. So I will be talking about these pens, and as we move along in the video, that you'll see how each pen or each color shade appears on the black surface. So that is one thing about the metallic brush pens that you would obviously know, that they are visible on a dark surface as well, which is not possible with other watercolor brush pens. So the first thing that I would like to talk about these pens is the appearance. So what happens is when you use metallic shades on a black surface especially, then the color needs to pop out. Okay, so it should not happen that you need to apply a lot of pressure to get the ink flowing, or you have to apply a lot of pressure to actually have the color appear. So that is one good thing about these brush pens, is the appearance, and on that parameter I would rate these brush pens I would give them a rating of 4 on 5. So definitely it's above average for me. The second thing is the quality of the pen brush. So the brush of the pen is very, very important when you are practicing calligraphy, because when you're using a brush pen and when you are transitioning from a downward direction or to an upward direction, then the flexibility of the brush really matters, that how easily you are able to make that transition. And that is one good thing about a good quality brush pen. So like if you are in a shop, or if you are trying out some brush pens, and if you see that you're facing a lot of problem in making that transition from if you're moving from an upward stroke to a downward stroke, then right away you need to understand that why a pen is good quality or why a pen is not good quality. It's because the brush of the pen is really an important parameter in deciding which pens are good. So what happens is, I would say that when we start practicing, even I have done that. When I started, that I used to go for relatively cheap pens, cheap as in that had relatively lower price than the others. And the thing is that we think that we'll practice with cheaper brush pens, and once we have learned or mastered the art of calligraphy, then we'll move on to more expensive pens. But that is exactly where we go wrong. It should be the other way around. What happens is, once you learn the technique with a good quality brush pen, then you can apply the same technique using a not so good quality brush pen as well. So that's it's all about learning the technique, and you need a good quality brush pen for learning that technique. Once you have, then I don't think if I talk about myself, then I think any brush pen, if I'm using it, because I know the technique that goes behind, which is why now I'm able to use any brush pen that you give me, and it won't be a problem for me to use them for calligraphy. So that is one thing, and the brush tips are very good. So I would rate them 4 again, because of course they are above average for me. And the brush tip is not these pens basically you cannot categorize them as broad tipped or small tipped brush pens, so they are in the medium range there. The fourth thing I would like to talk about is the price of the brush pens again. So again, the a good quality brush pen will definitely be relatively more expensive than the others, and it's an investment, guys. It's not very cheap and it's not very expensive. It's in the average range, and if you want to learn the art, then these pens are definitely good, and of course the appearance is really good. So if you use them on a dark surface, it will give you a good appearance. And so these are all the reasons that I have for recommending these brush pens. And this is my first review. I hope to continue reviewing other brush pens as well, and I hope you liked my review and the video. And thank you so much for watching the video.